kind of a loose walkthrough of some things I think about during wild blueberry season, as well as my basic method of harvesting blueberries. The first thing I'm going to do is go to wide open areas. I want to go to the pine barrens, preferably, or some young coniferous woods. Preferably young jack pine woods can be good. And blueberries are a fire adapted plant. So, one cool thing is that you can use onyx to find burns that are in your area, help you on scouting. And the other thing I'm going to look for is companion plants. So when I'm harvesting blueberries, I'm also thinking about these three different types of cherries there, as well as all these other plants. Sweet fern, serviceberry, all those cherries, hazelnuts, acorns, porcini, chanterelles, all within a stone's throw of where I picked my wild blueberries. And when I'm harvesting, I like to bring a polycarbonate Cambro with me, and a lot of my friends like to do the same thing, and I use the blueberry rake. So you can also use this rake for a bunch of other things. All of those other fruits that I just mentioned, or most of them, you can probably use that on, and it works great. I will mention the other way to harvest blueberries is by hand. Some people have a really romantic view about this. They think by hand is the only way to do it, or like you should have to pick a quart an hour. uh, that's really not like a food source to me. That's more of a novelty. When you're harvesting with a rake, I can get about 10 to 15 pounds of blueberries in an hour of picking, and that's a pretty good yield. A quart an hour is kind of like you're just having a nice day outside. That's not really berry picking to me. I really like seeing these clusters here. I'm going to do one just kind of close up for you there. You can see the blueberry rake, it's not harming the plants at all. You'll get a couple leaves that get knocked off, but a bear will remove leaves off a blueberry plant when they eat blueberries too. So it's totally sustainable and my preferred way to do it. And you see these polycarbonate Cambros, they really hold a lot, and they're hard-sided, so the berries aren't gonna, mush around or anything. They're really good. And you can see the only catch with harvesting with a rake is that we have some debris in there. So just like the linden seeds last week, take those blueberries when you get back and put them in front of a box fan and go using two mixing bowls or a Cambro in a bowl, whatever you have, pour them in front of the fan, and the fan is going to blow. This one's good. You can see there, all those leaves fall out as you're pouring the berries from bowl to bowl. And I'm going to go through and kind of pick them by hand too. I want to get any unripe berries here. Now I'll put them into a shallow container. And I like to bring like underbed boxes with me too. When I'm just going through them by hand, they're getting any finishing by getting any unripe berries out. But underbed boxes are good too to have in the car because the fruit can ferment if it's in like a really large layer if you're harvesting large amounts. So remember to kind of try to keep them cool if you can. But I'm just, this is not an exact science, just pouring the berries from container to container. Kind of go. Finally, some of my favorite things to make. Last year, I made this great upside down cake for my friend Daniel's show on the Outdoor Channel. That was really good. If I dehydrate the blueberries, I like to use them to make wild fruit truffles with all dried wild fruits. I also like to make blueberry leather a lot, and I will make blueberry leather after I juice blueberries if I make blueberry juice. Then for my show that was on Apple TV, The Wild Harvest, if you saw that, the blueberries with hazelnuts and sweet fern custard sauce are so good. But also, you can't forget to make sure to just eat handfuls of berries at a time when you're out in the field, because that's half the fun. Thanks for watching.